If it is not safe, then it cannot be food. This statement represents the position of biotechnologists on crops that have been genetically modified to either improve their nutritional value or taste. You're welcome to the program Biotechnology in Focus, and I am Ifeanyi Okafor. I like new beginnings, especially when it is breaking new grounds, exploring new frontiers, and making landmark achievements. That is precisely what we do here on this program. For this edition, however, we are focusing on safety and the need to regulate biotechnology applications and dispel fears and concerns on its usage. Studies have shown that biotechnology-derived products are economically viable, environmentally friendly, and safe. Despite this, the adoption and commercialization of genetically modified products is still confronted with suspicion, criticism, and in some cases, resistance. The sentiments and fears are oftentimes sprouting from misguided and misinformed positions. Biosafety concerns have inhibited the accelerated growth of the technology, in spite of the inability of critics to sustain their arguments based on any empirical scientific evidence. No doubt the application of biotechnology is an efficient tool that can be used to reduce poverty, hunger, and malnutrition. The application of the technology in agriculture, health, industry, and a wide spectrum of sectors is guided by extant international laws, protocols, and guidelines that have been domesticated with Nigeria as a signatory. The National Biosafety Management Agency regulates the use of biotechnology and ensures that the practice complies with the biosafety laws, guidelines, and regulations. The melody and symphony of good music is like a soothing balm. It calms you and transports you to realms far beyond your imagination. Let's take you on a voyage with this feature.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place in the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong. see, in this bliss we cannot feel, dear old friend, we stop existing and start living. And it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world, make a better world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep straining when this uncrucified soul, though it's plain to see this world is heavenly? Because love can fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place.
Over 75% of farms in the United States of America use biotechnology in crop cultivation. Experts explain that biotechnology has made farming much more easier and lucrative. Research shows the genetic engineering process, which could transform a single cell to a full plant through a 4-step process of discovery, transformation, regeneration, plant breeding and testing.
We want to check that this plant is whether transgenic plant or not. We have, after we transfer to the plants into soil, we have to check we call the lip painting.
Although talks are ongoing between Nigeria and the United States on biotechnology application in agriculture, Nigeria targets to utilize this technology for massive cultivation of soybeans, sorghum, corn, cowpea, as well as cassava.
I'm at the stage now of doing field trials in Zaria, as well as in Burkina Faso. We're doing them jointly with Burkina Faso to show that these new cowpeas with biotechnology improvements, how they will perform in the field.
Experts in agronomy, microbiology and plant pathology are optimistic that proper application of biotechnology in agriculture would help boost current campaign on global food production. What is biotechnology?
Genetic improvements.
It seeks to improve life and solve problems.
Through either genetic engineering, through gene editing, or any of the method.
We have seen how science and technology has transformed our lives. This is science also. It's promising, and we have not seen what science has done that is devastating.
What is biotechnology? Great. I expect we are on point on the same matter. Public perception is essentially the general assessment of any action or position. And this we will do in the next segment through a random survey of the people's views.
Is it still going to maintain its natural taste, as in the products as a result of biotechnology? I'm asking if the products will still maintain their natural taste.
To me, I believe it's okay when proper measurement is used for it to generate the output.
I understand that it will increase yield of farm produce, as in applying biotechnology, but is there no chemical involved? Is there no chemical? Is it not going to affect human system? Because I prefer natural things are better. You know, natural food is always better for our health.
It depends on the kind of technology that is going to be applied. We have what is called this GMO, this genetic modified product. So if this body has a regulatory body that regulates the kind of chemicals that are being used, because it's not all chemicals that are actually harmful. There are some chemicals that are human compliance. So it depends on what is going to be used for the modification. It's not a bad thing. It's done everywhere.
Now, if you got the dominant views in that simple exercise, then you would understand why I consider this edition one of the focal points of biotechnology. Next on the program is the exhaustive segment where we talk and talk but make sense by preferring a way forward. This is Biotechnology in Focus. We take a break. When we return, we will do more talking.
Did you know that genetically modified organisms, GMOs, are safe and do not pose any risk, hazard, or danger to human, animal, and the environment? Neither do they cause cancer, infertility, sterility, tumor, or any adversity. There is safe use of GMO drugs like insulin, vaccine, rapid diagnostic test kits for malaria, HIV, hepatitis, and so on. The safety of GMOs is certified by the World Health Organization, WHO, Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, European Food Safety Authority, EFSA, the National Academies of Science globally, the Royal Society, UK, and over 110 prize Nobel laureates. GMOs are safe, effective, and certified by MBMA in Nigeria.
This message is brought to you by the Nigeria chapter of the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, OFAB, supported by the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA.
Madam, put that big one for
this one.
Customer. Hey, customer. You must have done the same. All these big oranges right here in a GMO.
Should be GMOs again.
Now, wow, my sister. Who tell you say GMO did this country?
You read it everywhere for sound. Say all these big oranges, cassava and yam there. Then a GMO where Oyibo people bring to kill us.
Ah, my sister. All this big orange, yam, cassava where you dey see, not be GMO, na hybrid. You never hear WHO talk say GMO not be bad thing. Even our own government agency, NBMA, talk say them dey on top the matter for Niger. GMO never dey Niger market, and all those people where they tell you say GMO no good, themselves they eat them when they travel go obodo oyibo. Me self they pray, say make them bring and enter with Niger market, make we self follow enjoy. GMO, if it grow, whether rain fall or it no fall, it go kill pests and it no go affect your crop. In fact, it no carry disease for body. It get the vitamin where you need for body with them fit to put inside. You know, say me I like a better thing. But it not fit there inside river, so for the enter in eye.
This GMO good oh.
It's good well
Eh?
This program, now from the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology, OFAB in Africa, Nigeria chapter, supported by the National Biotechnology Development Agency, NABDA, Abuja.
Now, to shed more light on the matter is an erudite gentleman, a quintessential and distinguished academic who has vast knowledge on the issues at hand. Join me to welcome to our studio the Director General, Biosafety Management Agency, Dr. Rufus Ebegba. Dr. Rufus, you're welcome to the program, Biotechnology in Focus.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be on your program.
What is the major challenge as a regulatory agency to ensure safety for biotechnology application?
You know, an organization like the National Biosafety Management Agency being present in an economy in recession, there's no doubt what is affecting other sectors of the country are also affecting the National Biosafety Management Agency. The funding is not enough, it's grossly inadequate. And apart from that, the sector is one of the most controversial sectors that we are regulating. It is fraught with a lot of misinformation and the fear being created in the minds of Nigerians. And again, the fear being created is giving the impression that if government is not taking the right decision, which is very, very wrong. There's no government in anywhere in the world that want to take a wrong decision against its people. There's need for Nigerians to trust government and to trust government agencies because they are the most effective organs that will protect them and ensure that the system keeps running. Another major challenge we are having, this is a new organization, and the foundation laying is not something that you can just achieve overnight, coupled with the fact that a lot of critics instead of encouraging you. So the agency is actually overcoming some of these challenges, and I think with the budget that is being provided, we should be able to make some major strides this year.
Okay, Dr. Egbeba, what is responsible for the strong condemnation for adopting this technology in Nigeria and some other African countries?
There is no new technology that does not really face resistance. Even in the creation of when the first scientists said that the Earth was spherical, I'm sure if you can remember history, what happened to the man who said the Earth was spherical, and later it was discovered to actually be saying the right thing. So the fear being created in the minds of there's a trade war, there's no doubt about it. Those who are for the technology and those who are against the technology. Why I say there's a trade war, when there's a new technology, existing technologies are definitely going to be affected. So one major thing is trade war and the economic perspective that is also drawn into it. And also there's international conspiracy, and I think Nigerians should not fall into international conspiracy to work against their country. Nigerians should listen to what the agency has on ground and also believe in the government. If that is the only way the Nigerian can move ahead, there's no need condemning what you have not even allowed to operate.
You talked about international conspiracy. Now, what is responsible for this conspiracy?
See, you enumerated various benefits of our technology. And we are looking towards an economy that we want to diversify from the oil sector. And what we need to do is to look at technologies that are safe. The government has presently about 15 agri-research institutes. We have universities, we have agri-universities, we also have other colleges of agriculture and some other private concerns that will be going in this sector. And you also enumerated the benefit of this technology. I don't want to dwell on the benefit. But all we know is that the agency will ensure that any product that is derived from genetically modified organisms will make sure that they are safe to the people of Nigeria and to the environment. So the international conspiracy is not unconnected with the fact that Nigeria is making a major stride in the scientific world. And Nigeria is a third world country. You will agree with me there is going to be a fear. They will say, this country can, if this country says no, why is Nigeria going to it? Why can't Nigeria break new grounds? Nigerians believe in government. They should allow Nigeria to operate at its own pace.
Now, Dr. Egbeba, talking about breaking new grounds, how much impact has your agency made in dispelling fears and concerns by those who are ignorant of the importance of the technology?
You see, one of the steps we have taken is my being present here tonight. You agree with me? I told you I just came back from a journey and I'm here to enlighten Nigerians. We have been here doing quite a number of sensitization, and we know that the sensitization activities are not enough yet, and to do a lot of public awareness, it takes a lot of funding, and we are doing that. We are coming out with jingles, we are also coming out with leaflets, and we are making appearances even at schools, at seminars and workshops, and we are talking to Nigerians. All we Nigerians need to do is to believe in what the agency, and I can tell you one thing, for some months last year, there were a lot of outcry, GMOs are causing this and that, and I can tell you that the agitations are coming down because Nigerians are beginning to understand the issues on ground.
Now, Dr. Egbeba, can you give us a rough estimate of the percentage of genetically modified products that are imported into Nigeria, and maybe we can say in the last 10 years or thereabouts?
In the year 2000, Nigeria joined International League of Nations that signed an agreement under the Cartagena Protocol on biosafety. It was after that Nigeria put in motion activities to develop its regulatory framework. And I can tell you, Nigeria is a new entrant into the use of genetically modified organisms. The ones we have presently are the ones for experimental, feeds. We do not have commercially approved GMOs in this country, but we have cause to say that we have some genetically modified organism food suspects in some of our superstores, and we are working closely with the superstores to ensure that they are approved, and we test them for suitability for consumption before they are actually allowed into the market. And one thing we look at critically, the issue of labeling for consumer choice. Nobody will be forced to consume genetically modified organisms. As I tell you, we only have so far about 6 genetically modified organisms, crops that are for experiments. And what we have on the field presently, there are just 3 we have on the field. We have the one that is genetically modified for rice use, nitrogen use efficient, that is less use of nitrogen fertilizer, less use of water, and also rice that can also thrive in the critical salt environment. Then we also have genetically modified cowpeas, that is beans, that is insect resistant. That has been on the field since 2009. Then we also have another one, African fortified sorghum. The sorghum, which is guinea corn, generally has it has these major nutrients. You have zinc, iron, and protein. But because it contains a particular material known as phytate, it's an enzyme, it makes these nutrients unavailable. So what has been done now is to genetically modify that sorghum in a way that it breaks down the particular phytate and makes these nutrients available when they are processed for consumption, either for animal or for human consumption. So you see, people think that genetically modified organisms have the same purpose. They are for different purposes. So they can never fit into the different, you can see, when people come up with so many things about genetically modified organisms. Agency, in as much as we are not here to defend it, but we have enough knowledge to be able to say, this is what we feel about genetically modified organisms, particularly the ones we confirm safe.
So are you saying that genetically modified, the fears for genetically modified organisms are actually not valid?
No, we are not saying they are not valid. You see, there's no technology does not have potential to cause harm, depending on how you want to use the technology and how you expose the potential harms that are involved in it. What we do as a biosafety agency is to prevent those potential harms that may likely occur. So we are not saying that GMOs are not harmful if they are abused.
Now, what is your reaction on the views that genetically modified products should be labeled for public knowledge?
Yes, it is very important. Even our act says that genetically modified products will be labeled for consumer choice, so that everybody has a right to know what he or she wants to consume. I think it's very, very important that Nigerians should know what they consume.
Is there any inkling of proof that genetically modified products can have any form of negative consequence or on usage or sometimes in the future?
You see, if it is not regulated, I cannot vouch for the fact that it cannot be abused. But however, the present genetically modified products we have been able to approve for experimental purpose, we have confirmed them not to cause any harm. We have not found that the possibility of them causing any harm. And again, genetically modified organisms generally, the World Health Organization and Food and Agriculture Organization has a position on those things. And their position is very, very clear. And Nigeria is not working in isolation of international scientific evidences. So the ones we have so far, if you confirm it's safe, Nigerians should believe in our judgment.
I must thank you, Dr. Rufus Egbegba, for being our guest on the program Biotechnology this week.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here, and I hope you give me opportunity to come here again.
Definitely.
Nigerians should be rest assured, and their sleepless nights should be left to the agency. They should not let anybody panic them. They should believe in the government. The government is evolving, and the current government believes that Nigerians should be properly taken care of.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
That was the Director General, National Biosafety Management Agency, Dr. Rufus Egbegba. Now, ever heard of the saying, good things come in small packages? Well, our time is spent already, and I hope it was well spent. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side of the week. Many thanks for your patronage, and bye for now.